Oh, you know what time it could be? It could be time for the Crazy Old Man Show. That's right, the Crazy Old Man Show is filling in here this week because 42nd Street Pete let me, plus he's a lazy motherfucker anyway. Anyhow, this is an episode of Really Weird Cinema. And I can remember, just like it was yesterday. Matter of fact, it might have been yesterday. I don't fucking know. But anyway, I was walking down 8th Avenue toward the Cameo Theater, and it was 1976, the year of our bicentennial. We were celebrating 200 years. You think after January we're going to have 200 fucking days? I doubt it, but that's beside the point. So anyway, I go by the Capri Theater, which was sort of famous for showing offbeat shit, shall we say. And on the marquee there's a title called Femmes De Sade. And I'm thinking, De Sade or De Sade? Well, I was always a big fan of the marquees anyway, so I bought a ticket and went in. Well, let me tell you, boys and girls, this wasn't anything like I expected at all. As a matter of fact, it was shit I never expected to see on the big screen. But anyway, it starts off with Joey Silvera getting out of prison and meeting his very hot girlfriend in a convertible. And they're making out and swapping spit and shit when this other guy gets released. This guy's like almost 7 feet tall, and the guards say that his name is Rocky De Sade. And he was in for something, and they say he'll never come back because somebody will kill his fucking ass. So anyway, he wants a ride into town. And they don't want to give it to him, but they request because he just gets into the convertible and sits there. So they give him a beer, but instead of going to town, they go back to Joey's place so he can knock off little pussy after all those years. So Rocky's sitting in the back of the car drinking beer while Joey's plowing the old pootie, for lack of better words. And all of a sudden, Rocky gets out and takes a piss in full view of the public. Then he goes up to the house and sees Joey finishing off, and he opens the door and says, well, now it's my turn. He goes, well, no, this is my girlfriend. Fuck that. He beats the shit out of Joey, throws him down a hill, bloodies him, goes in there, drops trow, and bangs her in the ass prison style. Then Joey comes running in, pulling out his legs with his pants down around his ankles, and he kicks Joey off, finishes up, kicks him in the head, and walks away. What a way to open a fucking movie. Anyway, we segue down to John Leslie in this porn store where they're doing a bunch of shit, and there's a skit about doctors and nurses and things like that. So anyway, they're doing something, there's some ball coming up, something called the Blood and Mother's Milk S&M Ball by invitation only. So this guy's in there with a bunch of envelopes, and who decides to stagger in at that point? But none other than Rocky De Sade. And Rocky grabs one before they can stop him, and he pushes him out of the way. And he wanders out on the street and picks up a blonde hooker that he takes up to her apartment. And she's sucking his dick, and she goes, well, he complains that she's not doing it right. And she goes, well, it's too big. He goes, well, let me show you how it's done. Well, I'll tell you something. This motherfucker just bends over and starts sucking his own cock until he comes in his mouth. And I'm thinking, my God, can you imagine being in the same fucking cell with him for how many years? Every day you wake up, this guy's got his own dick in his mouth? What the fuck? Never mind the fact that he might be trying to put his dick in your ass. But anyway, that goes over, and then there's more wandering around, and Rocky goes back into one of these peep booths and sees this wonderful movie about Oriental bondage sex. So he goes in there and he must get some ideas. So anyway, he picks up John Leslie's hooker girlfriend, takes her up to her room, pays her $200 for something, and then wants her to put a collar on. Well, she puts a collar on, but then he basically beats the motherfucking shit out of her, and the way she's laying on the bed, I thought she had a broken neck. Of course, he robs her purse, she runs back and complains to John, and they're all upset about this creepy motherfucker wandering around the Tenderloin. But they know he's going to come to the ball, so they decide to set a trap. So then we get footage of the ball. Let me tell you something. This reminds me of Saturday night at 42nd Street Pete's basement. I mean, you got all kinds of crap going on. You got lesbians. You got black guys with huge cocks. You got femboys. You got transgendered. You got just about everything. Even a fucking dog walks through at one point. So all of a sudden then Rocky shows up dressed as an executioner. And he's wandering around checking out the scenery as we all would be doing, because this is one really fucked up orgy thing. Probably one of the best orgies ever filmed. And I think it got an award from Orgy International or something. But anyway, Rocky's getting his dick sucked, and while he's getting his dick sucked, people are putting chains on the collar around him, and he doesn't seem to notice until they yank him down to the floor, take a huge dildo, and fuck him in the ass with it. And if that ain't enough, all these hookers that he abused stand over and piss all over him. I mean, they just let a torrent of fucking yellow go down on him. But wait, there's more. This one heavily bronzed woman just straddles his chest and drops a huge chalupa right on it. I mean, it's It's like Academy Award material here for an X-rated film. Anyway, that's how our film ends. Pete wanted me to do a movie, so I'm doing one of my favorite movies here. But anyway, that's how it ended. So I highly recommend Femmes De Sade, rather, if you can find a copy of it. I think it's available on alphabluearchives.com or whatever. But anyway, it's a great fucking movie. And, I'm just taking over. We're not going to have a road story this week because Pete's under the weather or something. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with him. But anyway, he let me come back and do this. Maybe we'll come back Monday for an inauguration special because, you got one asshole getting inaugurated and we're celebrating one of the greatest black men that ever lived. So it's kind of fitting that the asshole that's getting inaugurated is overshadowed by a black man. So, hey, that's our show for today. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for tuning in. I don't know why the fuck you watched this channel to begin with. That creepy motherfucker's losing steam and stuff like that. Maybe I'll take it over. Maybe we should just have the crazy old man channel. So until next time, what does he say? Stay sick or stay safe or some shit. We'll catch you on the flip side. Well, we'll definitely catch you on the flip side on Monday. So until then, stay safe.